When I was growing up in the 1990s, we would go to the local Desi store where we would get like namak pare and stuff. And one of the things we could also, well, they would get in the back, where there'd be like this little thing with video cassettes and stuff, and you could like rent these cassettes. And amongst the Ahmadidat cassettes, rahimahullah, there were also these cassettes where you could get like, conversion story cassettes. And these were great. Everybody loved the conversion story cassettes. Nowadays, right, you just go on the youtube.com and you just, watch like the Deen show, whatever. And there's like just bunches of them. But back in the day, you had to go to like, the Halal Mart and get like these cassette tapes for the conversion stories. And everybody loved their conversion stories. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And today at Adam's Believing Heart, we're going to be talking about what we call stories of Iman. And this is actually a really old practice. This is what the Sahaba used to come and talk amongst themselves and with the Rasul sometimes about how they came to Islam. But all of us have stories of Iman. Each one of us have either lineages of Iman, or we have the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to receive Iman in our own lives. And one of the things that's really interesting to do is to trace the ways in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought Islam, Iman, and belief and love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala into our hearts, from our families, from the people we love, from the societies, and shaped us through the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for me, the love of Allah comes from my mother, from my grandmother, from my grandfather, and from the lineage that comes from my grandfather. And it comes from my teachers. It comes from Imam Majid, for example, who was a very, very important part of my life. And it comes from some of my Quran teachers, and the ways in which that they were so important in shaping the way that I not just became Muslim or lived Islam, but really loved Allah and found a way to incorporate so much of the religion of Islam into my life and in my heart. And each one of us has these stories of Iman. If we sit down and we really think about it, each one of us has ways in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought Iman into our life. As important as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought Iman into our life is the story of how Iman plays into our life as well, and how the story of the way we live Iman. And that is a story that is constantly unfolding as we are moving on today. So how Iman plays into the way I work, and how Iman plays into the way I live with my family, and how Iman plays into the way that I am in my personal life. That is a story of my Iman today. And then there is a story of my Iman, inshallah, as I go on into the future, and even as I pass, the story of Iman with my children, the story of my Iman with my grandchildren. Each one of us is a character of Iman, and each one of us has a lineage of Iman that we receive, a lineage of Iman we live, and a lineage of Iman that we pass on. If you click on this link here, we talk a little bit about this story of Iman in this article, but we will also be talking about this lineage, the story of Iman, on Sunday with Imam Muhammad Majid, where we will be sharing some of these stories of Iman as well. Because it's important to know and appreciate the people who have struggled so hard to pass on the belief and the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us. And it's important to take on that legacy that they have given to us and to inculcate it, to live it, and then to pass it on to generations that are coming so that they can live it and they can love it and they can pass it on to generations that come after them. Each one of us is a vessel, each one of us is a trust holder, and each one of us is a baton passer to the next generation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us somebody who is able to carry that trust and then hand it on to the next generation, inshallah. Ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.